Hello again, and welcome back. I believe this is day 5, 6, I don't remember. Say 6, yeah. And I'm recording this the night before to basically talk about this story. Um, this story was actually spur of the moment. I originally had the idea for the next story, which uh, was going to be this story. So basically what I was doing was I was going to, in the beginning, make a second story and draw it, and then go back and draw the first one. Um, but instead, I decided uh, to go past that and make that the third story. So basically, I created the second one so I could go back and do the first one and then go do the third one. Because obviously that makes sense. So, um, in this story, you meet Sloth, and Sloth is a character that I created at a personal preference. A lot of what's going on right now in my life, and I want to focus on uh, simple things as far as the path of the story goes, but I still want it to remain true for my life as of right now. Now, I haven't really let life influence this comic as much, or the character in general, and I have a feeling that in another chapter, maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't know, I'm going to have instances in the comic affected by what I do now. Maybe. I don't know. It's definitely good to always take a part of your life and put it into the comic. But as far as today goes, I'm going to give you a general outline of the story. Um, like his name suggests, Sloth is a very, very lazy, and his peers, anyway, um, creature, I guess person creature. And he comes from, I'm gonna go with Pandora instead of Pandaria, because that just sounds complicated to me. So Pandora is a land of people who are one with nature. Um, they're very down to earth. They love nature. They love living near the forest. And kind of like hobbits, they really like to be, to themselves. They're not really one for adventure or anything. They have had people that have kind of broke against the mold and been adventurers. Um, and he's one of those types. Um, Being he lives out of town in the forest. Everyone loves the forest, but no one lives there. But he does. And um, he's an orphan. Now, in real life, I'm not an orphan. I love my mother. But in a way, I can relate to that because I don't know who my father is. So my character um, is an orphan, and he pretty much lives by himself. Um, I don't really have any backstory for why he's an orphan. I just pretty much considered that to be a good way to start it. So he basically, just like any other day, he's sleeping outside of his house today rather than inside, but he's taking a little nap. Uh, Instead of, because I'm gonna say he got home recently from exploring the forest and all of its nature and magical wonders. And he sees this cloud, and not like any other cloud. And I'm not sure if I want to draw attention to the cloud before I draw attention to the crash of the tree that was destroyed by the cloud, But the attention goes from him to that cloud, and that cloud goes across the destruction of half of the forest, across the town, across the mountains, over the Badlands, or the Bone Lands, which is a swamp where big mystical creatures used to live, and it carries on through that into another town, all the way across an ocean, because the other town is a port town, a fishing town, I suppose you could say, and across that body of water all the way to an island, and that is where it comes from. Um, I haven't come up with all the details of what's going to happen as he crosses into each of these places, but that's okay, because I don't have to have as much of a middle as I do an end, and that is where I'm going now. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the end. Um, don't want to spoil it, though. God, that's a pain. I guess I shouldn't tell you about the end. Um, Basically, I'll give you this much. Keep you interested. There is a dark wizard who is harnessing the power of a phoenix, and the phoenix, uh, hmm, should I say? I don't know if I should say it or not. Now I've already went this far. The phoenix is the son of Turin in the first story. Um, now, how does a dark elf have a phoenix as a son? I honestly haven't got to that story yet, but I'm thinking that could be a one-shot, maybe a couple chapters, a little small short comic of how a phoenix is made, or at least how rain was made. Um, but yeah, God, my back hurts. So he doesn't know this, and obviously, whatever. Um, he has to defeat this evil wizard, and he has to save the hero in the first story, his son, and he has to restore life somehow. And none of this is known. It's all freeballed. Everything is, you know, at this point, the villagers in his hometown are dead. Uh, his land is dead. All reason to give up hope is there. He could pretty much just give up hope at any point. He might as well, as far as realistically speaking. But he presses on, just like he pressed on when he saw the destruction into the village. Just like he pressed on past that. Like you press on through life, going through your struggles, going through your challenges, going through everything. You just press on, and you deal with it. You finish it. You know, you get to the bottom of it. You try to solve it. You do your best, and at the end, you can at least say that much. Even if it doesn't seem like um, you can accomplish that, you do what you can, and you hope for the best. You have to, because if you just gave up, then you would have just slept the rest of your life away right there in the forest. So, mm. But yeah, that's a good outline for the story. I mean, there's a lot of things that I haven't addressed as far as the middle. I know the setting for the most part, and a lot of the drawing you're going to see in this video and the last video and the next videos is going to be references from books like art books, pose books, Pinterest, a lot of things that I picked up. That's my cat trying to get out the doggy door. I'm sure you can hear it, because I can hear it. Very, very loud. Did you get out, or you still want help? He still wants help. I don't know if I can do this with my foot, buddy. Yeah, I can't do this with my foot. Can you just give me a minute? Okay. Give me just a minute. I'll let you out. Okay. Alright, oh, that works. You opened it just enough for me to lift it with my foot. Go. Be gone, Kate. There you go. Alright. So, yeah. Oh, God, where was I? Life. Life and its little distractions. But yeah, I'd have to say the moral of this story is to hope, to press on, you know. The moral of the last story is uh, very similar. Very, very similar. Because the last one was uh, pretty close to center to this. The last one was more focused on this outcast, this person who, you know, lived in this world that no one cared about him. Or at least the ones that did care about him died. But somehow or another he found his way to become more, to do more. And maybe that's just my standard for storytelling. I don't know. Maybe I need to start thinking outside of my own box. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I really, like, because I didn't even think about it like that. But maybe there is more to this story. Maybe I need to make more to this story so this story isn't as like the first story as much. Maybe I need to focus more on Crest as an ally. Or maybe I need to focus more on the rune stones and finding them. But then it feels like I'm ripping off Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. There's a lot of aspects. A lot of aspects I could go. A lot of directions I could go with the story. I mean, that's pretty much what you could say for any story. The more concepts, the more settings, the more characters, the more things you do, the more directions you could go. I definitely don't want this story to be like the first one, though. I want this one to have something unique about it. Just like I want that one to have something unique about it. Because then I'm just retelling the same story with different characters. There's different events, but it's the exact same moral, and I'm not okay with that. I have to keep it complex. I don't know. But, as you can see in the background, if you are watching this, instead of just listening to it, I am drawing, uh, or sharing drawings. I'm not going to narrate for a little bit. I think the main thing I can do at this point is just talk about it. Just tell the story behind all of this. And maybe, maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll, you know, get the idea out there. Maybe you'll connect with it. Uh, and then I guess tomorrow I'll start, uh, let's draw some damn comics again. And I'll take a prompt and I'll draw it, and the next day I'll finish it. I'll make it good. Make it real good. So, y'all have a great one, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.